The number one thing that determines how things are going to unfold in your life. Do you know what it is? That's what we're going to talk about today. Hello and welcome to my channel, Your Beautiful Life Story. I'm Kim, here to remind you of your incredible power to shape your reality. You are the artist and the author of your beautiful life story. Together, through art and creative practices, we will unleash your inner creator and manifest your deepest desires. If you're excited about living a brilliant life on your terms, hit the subscribe button and let's begin this empowering journey together. So, the number one thing that determines how things are going to unfold in your life is the story you are telling. What are you saying in words or in thoughts about your life or situation? Sometimes, especially when we first learn about this work, we don't even know what story we're telling. We're saying affirmations and intending for things to be different than how they look while our belief is still in the old story. An example is someone who is trying to change their money situation. They're affirming and wishing to be the person with more money, but they are still broke. Why is that? Because the story they are believing is that they are not worthy of lots of money, or getting money is hard. They have core stories running that override what they're trying to bring in. We all have stories that we developed early on as to how things are in the world, how things go. We learned these things from things we saw and experienced in our families and lives when we were very young. Some of our stories are good, but some can hold us back from being the limitless beings that we are. Do you know what stories you are inadvertently telling yourself and that you're unconsciously living by? The good news is we can identify these and let them go, set them free. We have the power to choose a new story and live differently. Sometimes we need to identify the stories we are letting run our program and bring awareness to them in order to dissolve them. Maybe growing up, your family worked really hard. Your parents worked really hard and never had enough money. So getting money feels hard to you. You may have a story that getting money is hard. Maybe relationships that you saw were chaotic or didn't last. And that pattern is continued into your life no matter how much you affirm for a solid relationship. You could have a story that relationships don't last or that they are difficult. Maybe you have a story of limited abundance, like just that there is only so much good that a person can have in their lives. Once you've had your share, it's gone. So maybe you can't have all the things that you really want. Some of my clients have the limiting belief that things that they want are just too good to be true. Nothing is too good to be true. And abundance is not a pie. There is more than enough. Everything exists. If you want it, you can have it. That's the good news. A good question to ask yourself when you come upon a limiting belief is, when did I decide that? Because that's all it is. It's something that you decided at some point, and now it's a story running in your life. It's not true. And you can choose differently. You are creating, or choosing rather, everything in your life, every minute of every day, with your thoughts, assumptions, and beliefs. Till now, you may have been choosing things unconsciously. Once you understand this concept and begin choosing consciously, your life changes. Understanding this concept puts everything within your reach. We can choose what we want, and if we accidentally get something we don't want, we can choose differently. Creation is finished. It's all done. You are not creating anything. You're not waiting for someone to change or waiting for something to happen. You are choosing your preference and aligning with that. Every possibility exists. We can look at all of the infinite options available. Anything we can imagine is available to us. And accept them all as options. We are then free to choose the experience we prefer to have. We are meant to thrive and experience everything we want to in our time here. Sometimes it's difficult to get in the flow and tap into what we really want and allow these things to come to us. That's where creative practices come in. Painting, drawing, sculpting, writing, dancing. Getting engrossed in a creative endeavor can subvert your logical mind and show you things you wouldn't normally see. Creativity is your superpower and the portal to your deepest desires and your best life. We will be exploring some easy creative practices in future videos. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss these transformative activities. Don't worry, no perceived talent or experience is necessary to do things. If you are a human, this is for you. So, number one priority, know who you are, who you are being in this life. Identify the stories you are telling about your life or your situation. That story is being reflected in your 3D reality. If you don't like what it's showing up, you can tell a different story. You are the only one choosing your personal reality. What do you want your story to be? Hopefully this news is exciting to you. You get to choose. Who do you want to be? What is the story you are telling about yourself? Is that who you want to be? If not, tell a different story. What if you aren't sure who you want to be? As I said, I'll be sharing some easy and fun exercises. No talent or perceived talent or experience needed in some videos soon that can help you tap into your heart's desires. How you experience your reality is determined only by the story you are telling, by your assumptions, by your awareness of who and what you are being right now. Your experience, your I am story is the only story. Always tell it how you would like it to be, and that must be your experience. I want to share some quotes with you from Neville Goddard that are pertinent to today's topic and the theme of my channel. If you're not familiar with Neville Goddard, he was a writer, speaker, and mystic in the mid-19th century who really made the law of assumption accessible and actionable to people. His writings and lectures are based on interpreting the Bible and the poetry of William Blake. His guide to how life works is mirrored in all of the metaphysical texts, the channels and teachers that you see now, such as like A Course in Miracles, Bashar, Neil Donald Walsh's Conversations with God. The things he says are universal truths. The world in which we live is a world of imagination, and man, through his imaginal activities, creates the realities and the circumstances of life. This he does either knowingly or unknowingly. All men possess the power to create reality, but this power sleeps when not consciously exercised. And then from your faith is your fortune, change your conception of yourself and you will automatically change the world in which you live. Another, only as one is willing to give up his present limitations and identity can he become that which he desires to be. This one's from his book, Awakened Imagination. The individual's inner speech and actions attract the conditions of his life. Living the life you want, being the person you want to be, is an inside job. If things aren't going the way you want them to right now, you can change them from within. Why not imagine, assume, affirm, and claim to be the version of you, living and manifesting beyond your wildest dreams, no matter what the appearances and circumstances are showing you. Connecting to your creativity can uncover things that can hold you back and help you fully imagine your most beautiful life story. If you want to explore this more with me, all the information about working with me is in the description box below. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a beautiful day.